Today I'm excited to be sharing with you my favorite hearty pumpkin lentil soup. I really love this soup. It's a great detox soup if you feel like you've just been eating a lot of junk or you just need something nutritious and wholesome. It is packed full of nutrition. We've got lentils, we've got beans, we've got spinach, we've got pumpkin, we've got turmeric and all kinds of delicious spices, onions and garlic, packed full of vitamins, minerals, and the unsung hero in this is the pumpkin. Canned pumpkin is actually extremely nutritious. It's just as nutritious as using it fresh, if not more nutritious. It is easy to come by, it's not expensive, and it makes soups, especially if you're gonna do like a stewy type of a soup, thicker, more delicious. It gives it a touch of sweetness, and then the rest of it kind of disappears into it. You can't even really taste it. But it's bringing vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, beta carotene. It's a nutritional powerhouse. And I love to add it to my soups and stews for that extra boost of vitamins and minerals. The other unsung hero in this, and it's an ingredient that I put in all my soups and stews and a lot of my cooking, is turmeric. And turmeric is known for its anti-inflammatory properties, and if you use it in huge amounts, you're gonna taste it. It has kind of a dusty taste, not the most, like an earthy, dusty taste. Not the most delicious. However, when you mix it with other spices and you put it in with other foods, it virtually disappears, and it also will color things this beautiful golden color. So I use it for sure in my stews and in my soups, and it's also in this. So if you're looking for a nutritious, hearty soup for winter, this is your soup. I make it with some Indian seasonings like cumin and garam masala, but you definitely don't have to. You can leave those out and season it however you like. It's the ingredients apart from the spices that make it so incredibly delicious. The spices just push it in one direction or another with the different flavors. I happen to like it to go towards a more Indian style. Also, I'm making mine in the Instant Pot, but you don't have to. I just do it because it's easy. I don't even have to think about it. And I have an Instant Pot, so I like to use it. This is absolutely a great top of the stove soup. Cook it on low for a long time and it'll have the same effect as cooking it in the Instant Pot. All right, stay tuned, here it is. Ready to get started on this soup. Now there's a lot of ingredients that I put in this. This started as a throw things that I had in it kind of soup, and I loved it so much that I wrote it down. All of these things are optional except a few things which I'll go over. And you can sort of mix and add things in as you like and substitute whatever you prefer. So let's go through all the things I'm gonna put in my soup. I've got 2 nice sized carrots. I've got 2 little teeny tiny pieces of celery. I would say 1 large piece of celery or 2 smaller ones. I have some frozen cut leaf spinach. I keep this bag of frozen spinach in the refrigerator to grab out bits as I go. I have a red onion. I'm only going to use half of this. I have some chopped garlic. You could use fresh garlic, of course. This I just find so handy and easy these days. I have some white cannellini beans. These are kidney beans, white kidney beans, and they are wonderful. And I use this to make the soup just a little bit more creamy. They sort of break down and make it really creamy. I'm going to use a can of pureed pumpkin and a can of coconut milk. I'm going to use 1 box, 32-ounce box of chicken stock. You could use vegetable stock if you want to make this purely vegetarian or vegan even. The herbs that I'm going to use are a little bit of garam masala, a little bit of poultry seasoning, a little bit of cumin, and some curry powder, salt and pepper. Obviously, I need my lentils, so I'm just using these type of lentils, but you could use any kind of lentil you have or like. I'm going to use just a splash of white vinegar, a splash of sherry, optional, but I think it makes it taste delicious. And like I said, salt and pepper. So let's get started preparing everything. And I'm cooking this in the Instant Pot. You can certainly just cook it on a pot on the stove on slow. I'm going to do it in the Instant Pot. Now I'm going to cut up my onion, and I'm just going to use half of an onion. and I'm gonna start sauteing them in the Instant Pot. All right, so I have the Instant Pot Ultra, so I'm going to put it on saute, on high, and get my vegetables sauteing in there first. Cup and a half of lentils in there, and then I'm just going to give it a little stir. At this point, I've turned off the saute function on the Instant Pot. Still hot, but I don't need to saute anymore. Get those in there. I'm going to pour my kidney beans in. I'm doing the whole can, and I'm doing the juice that's part of the kidney beans. That just imparts great flavor and a nice sort of syrupy thickness. So get that stirred up. Next is going to be my pumpkin, one of the stars of the show. And I'm doing this whole entire can of pumpkin. This really, you cannot taste the pumpkin in this. It becomes just sort of a thickener and I guess a little bit of that nice sort of sweet, earthy flavor, but knowing that you've got really great vitamins packed in here with the addition of this. Pumpkin is one of those things that you can add to so many things to get great nutrition from without really noticing it being there. All right, so then I have my can of coconut milk. That smells so good already. So that's all in there. And at this point is when I'm gonna add the seasonings to this. Turmeric. And I'll have already talked a little bit about turmeric and its incredible anti-inflammatory properties. I put in a healthy, at least a tablespoon in here, a healthy amount. It also colors the soup in a most beautiful way, or the stew in a most beautiful way. All right, I'm just gonna do, and this is to taste, and you can also opt to leave things out. I'm doing a nice healthy sprinkle of curry, and maybe about a teaspoon. Again, the same with cumin, probably about a teaspoon. Garam masala, again, about a teaspoon. And I'm using poultry seasoning, and again, probably maybe 2 teaspoons of this. And the poultry seasoning that I'm using has sage, thyme, salt, oregano, ground mustard, basil, red pepper, and black pepper. We're gonna add a little bit of salt. Start with a teaspoon. You're probably gonna need more, but I don't want to oversalt it, so I'll taste it after it's cooked to see. And about a teaspoon of black pepper. Stir this all up together. And then I'm going to add the other liquid ingredients. So I'm going to add my chicken stock, or like I said, you could use vegetable stock. And I'm just doing one of these 32-ounce boxes. If you feel like you need more liquid, you could use a second one, or you could just fill this with water and add some water to it. This is looking good. I don't think I need a second one. I'm gonna do now, also optional, but I think imparts a great flavor, a splash of sherry. I use a sherry that I enjoy drinking. This is a medium Amontillado sherry. But you could use a dry sherry. I don't know that I'd use a sweet sherry with this. And I probably put less than 1/4 cup in. Just a nice healthy splash. And then for the last thing, I just do a capful of this white vinegar. And this just gives it this sort of burst of freshness and acidity that is just fantastic. Just brings out all the flavors. It's sort of a secret ingredient in my soups. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of this frozen chopped spinach in here. And again, the vitamins that you're getting from this are just amazing. Give that one more stir. I probably used about 1 cup of chopped spinach. I'm gonna put my lid on. And I'm gonna go down here to, I'm gonna change this to pressure cook. And yep, I'm gonna do it for about 30 minutes on high. And I'm just gonna hit start. All right, see you when it's done. All right, this is done. And we have a very delicious soup. It's thick, hearty, creamy, delicious, and packed full of nutrition. It is really a fantastic soup. And what I do is I just put this in a container in the fridge, and we just scoop ourselves a little bit for lunch. If you just need a little for a snack, you can just take a little. It's absolutely divine. All right, this is all dished up in a bowl. It is chock full of delicious, healthy ingredients. The flavor is just amazing. It is such a soothing, satisfying, and hearty stew soup that is perfect for a cold day. And I feel good about providing this kind of a meal for my family. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you'll like the video, hit subscribe, and tap the notification bell for notifications on future videos. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.